What's up, Thunder fans? We're going to be going over the NBA playoff predictions real quick. The Thunder have solidified their spot with the Pelicans. The first round is going to begin on Sunday. I'm going to do a full breakdown of just the Thunder and Pelicans tomorrow. But for today, we're going to be looking at the whole Western and Eastern Conference and just my quick thoughts on each playoff series and kind of what I believe in. So we're going to go ahead and look at the first round series between the Thunder and the Pelicans. I'm going to take the Thunder in 5 games because I believe the Pelicans can get at least one game. Maybe Zion can come in at the later part of the rounds if it gets, if it looks like it's a 3-0 series, maybe Zion comes in for one game and then we, win the game after that. If Zion's not there, it could be quick work in a sweep. Looking at the other Western Conference playoff series, oh my goodness, this is the best one out of the bunch, I believe. Clippers versus Mavericks. Fully healthy Clippers, fully healthy Mavericks fully healthy Mavericks, but Kawhi could be injured for the first round or the first game, I believe. There was some rumors out there. I don't know how truthful this was by some analysts that I pretty much trust that Kawhi will be missing the first game, but I'm not sure if any news has been updated. I know the game's on Sunday, so he still has some time to do some recovery work, but I think he will miss the first game on some good measure. So right here, man, if he's missing the first game, then I may have to take the Mavericks. And I'm going to go ahead and stick with my pick of the Clippers. That's who I've kind of chosen. I just believe they have better defensive matchups against the Mavericks, and defense is what really wins in playoffs, especially when the going gets tough. I think they have enough defenders on there to hold off the Mavericks offense. Looking at the Timberwolves and Suns series, I know a lot of people have the Suns winning this with Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, also, of course, Devin Booker as a high-powered offense, but I don't believe they do it for me defensively, and that's going to be the theme of my playoff predictions. I personally like the defensive teams. I feel like they just have a better chance at stopping the offenses in the fourth quarters, even though they have the bigger names. And also, I'm looking at the youthfulness of teams as well. And I guess that's just kind of how I'm making my picks. I think the Timberwolves are a little bit more of a youthful team. They had a similar situation as the Thunder where we kind of got knocked out, and they kind of don't want that to happen again. I'm going to take the Timberwolves here. I'm going to take the Timberwolves in 6, in my personal opinion. I just believe they're the better team. I think the Suns can get 2 games in this series, but I think the Timberwolves will knock them out. The Nuggets versus Lakers is the second most interesting. It could be the first for a lot of people, I guess, if you don't think the Clippers and Mavericks is going to go a 7-game series. But I do believe this Nuggets and Lakers game is going 7, and I'm going to take the Nuggets in this one in 7. The only reason I think the Lakers are going to push them as hard as 7 games is because they have added a lot of defensive pieces. Gabe Vincent, Prince is on there, and I know that's just those 2 additions I think will help them a lot in point of attack defense against Jamal Murray. I think they're really going to focus in on Jamal, and LeBron's really going to be focusing on him. The game plan is going to be limit Jamal, let Jokic kind of score, and take it as far as they can. But I still think the Nuggets have the best player on the court, so I'm going to take the Nuggets there. So let's look at the first round in the Eastern Conference here. We have the Celtics versus the Heat. I think Celtics make quick work of this in 5. I think the Heat are a good enough and coach team with Coach Spo as being one of the best coaches in the league. But Jimmy Butler is, of course, out right now, and I'm not sure any updates. I haven't looked at any NBA news. So I'm going to go off the premise that Jimmy Butler's MCL is limiting him. Even if he comes in, I think they can get maybe 1 or 2. They could make this a 6-game series, but I don't think it can be pushed further than 6. Looking at the next matchup here, Cleveland versus Orlando. Man, this is my favorite series out east because I think it's so close. It's such a wild card series. I know the Cavaliers have the better player in Donovan Mitchell. Similar to the series against the Suns versus Timberwolves, they have the better player there or set of players, but the Magic have the better defense. Overall, I mean, they have some crazy guys that can play defense. Isaac's over there, Jalen Suggs, a lot of point of attack defenders, and I think that really limits teams, especially that really count on point guard play in the playoffs. I think that doesn't work as well against teams such as the Magic, who have Paulo and Franz, who are not, point guard. So that's just the pick that I'm going to make there. The Bucks and Pacers, I believe that Giannis is missing at least the first 2 games is what is being reported. So I'm going to take, man, I'm still going to stick with the Bucks here. I think the Bucks close it out in 7. I think it's just going to be really hard fought in the sense that Giannis is out. But the Bucks have a better defense. They can really step it up on the offensive end. I think they've been just limited in what we've seen on the offense. I think they have a lot more that they can give, and especially Dame when he's focused, playoff type of atmosphere. We know what he can do. I think he's just going to carry them, to be honest, in this first round. Next, this is going to be a crazy series. I mean, I think a lot of people could say this is a better series than the Cavaliers and Magic. I think that one is just more of a defensive bout. This one is going to be just a lot of gruesome defense. I think it's going to be a lot of dirty plays. It's going to go like where all the starters are playing like 40 minutes for the Knicks. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be a dogfight pretty much is what I'm kind of getting at. I think the Knicks game plan is going to be rushing Joel Embiid, especially off his hampered knee. So I'm going to take the Knicks in this one. I believe they close it out in 7. It's going to be pretty hard fought. Let's move back over to the Western Conference to make the second round semifinal picks. I'm going to take the Thunder here in 7 games. Home court is really going to be big for us. I think the Clippers can take us really, really far, and I think that's going to bode really well for us going into the Western Conference Finals. I think that's just my pick. We have enough offense. We have enough defense there. I think matchup-wise, we'd make them go small, limiting Zubac, and we'd kind of close out the series that way. Western Conference semifinals on the other side, Timberwolves, Nuggets. I'm going to stick with the Nuggets here. Overall better defense, overall better offense. Well, maybe not defensively, but their offense is just way too good. And on the defensive end, they're really underrated. They have KCP. They have other bench defenders as well, Peyton on the bench. So I like they have like a good seven-man rotation, and I think that's what they're going to have to roll with. They're going to be really tired, but I think they're just way better than the Wolves. I'm going to take them in 6. I think Timberwolves get 1 extra game this time around. I think they only got 1 game last time that they played, but I'm going to take the Nuggets in 6. Moving over to the Celtics and the Magic. I think this is going to go 6 games. People really are underrating the Magic, but Celtics in 6 against them. They just have a higher-powered offense, and they have a higher-powered defense at the same time. I think that's what really limits the Magic there. But I think the Magic are going to figure something out against the Cavaliers that's going to roll over to get them an extra 2 games. Bucks versus Knicks. I mean, this is a ridiculous pick because Joel is kind of hampered. Giannis is kind of hampered. I'm going to take the lesser of the 2 players that I believe can kind of, pull it out in terms of, I guess, injury-wise. We haven't seen Joel battle through injuries the same way Giannis has battled through injuries, and we've seen him do it in the playoffs where the Bucks, with Middleton stepping up, Dame stepping up this time around, and I think he's going to come back, and I think they're going to win this in 6. I think the Knicks are really just going to be tired from playing Joel Embiid. I'm going to take the Bucks here. They have the higher-powered duo. Jalen Brunson is just a one-man wrecking crew, but I don't know how far that can really take you, especially on the offensive end. They're going to be really limited. The Bucks offense just has a lot more options. And Bucks versus Celtics. Actually, we're going to move to the West. I'm so inclined to pick my Thunder here. As a Thunder fan, I really, really want to. Man, the Nuggets, is it our time this year? Am I going to take a homer pick, or am I going to take the Nuggets in this one? Oof. Man, I really believe in our team. This can go either way. For right now, I'm going to stick with the Thunder here. I'm going to take Thunder in 7. I think this is going to be a 7-game series because we have home court. I think we can close out the Nuggets here. I don't think, teams are going to, or analysts are going to say we're going to get swept. I really don't think that's the case. I really don't think that's the case. At least this game or this series is going to 6. And if it goes to 6, I think we can at least make it to 7, and then home court's in our favor there. It's still going to be really tough. Celtics versus Bucks. I'm going to take the Celtics here, and I'm going to take them in 7. I think Giannis by this time will be much healthier, and that's really going to push the Celtics. But what the Celtics have is just really they've played a lot more unselfish this year, and I think that's in part Tatum taking a step back, and I think that's what pushes teams to that next level when the main guy can take less shots and recognize playing team ball is better than just playing isolation. I think that's really helping, why the Celtics were winning in the regular season, and it'll be Celtics versus Thunder, best team in the league versus the best team out west. I am going to stick with my Thunder in this one. I think this is going to be super hard fought, and man, the Thunder can win this. I really believe the Thunder can win this, and they can figure this out, especially if we can figure out the Nuggets. I'm going to take the Thunder in 7 here. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to stick with the Thunder picks here. I just think they have something that's rolling from the regular season. I could be entirely wrong against the Clippers or even against the Nuggets or even against the Celtics, but I really want to stick with my Thunder team. One mistake that I made in my preseason predictions was underrating them. I had them at only 48 wins, and they ended up at 57 wins. They're way better than I think, and so I'm going to let my, brain kind of just digest the season, and from what I've seen, I think we're a lot better than we get credit for, so I'm going to take us going all the way. What do you guys think in the comments? Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.